Yanu me bibrime Yenya kofa tu yesu
Yes, And then you may Yamakwa bed the Benny 100.9 to media your friend the Torchlight. And now you're Benadana when you say you were heritage man. Edru a year March Muse Nanagan and Yen Yenim say ye celebrate independence. Yen Yenim say Yenia Bray ye share your mind no. Kwaya ye be faso na o mind no baby a yadru 68 years. Ye coin. Yakobi. 68 years, Yakobi. O my no and size how. Oh my God, and says because I never can cry her grandpa. Now call a young crowd would be so. And can I say, Sawuko till regional baby bear 4 days. At a Sawo drive from Ghana to Guinea. 4 days, they better kill. And no crown, just say Ghana to Guinea, the country is the shortest. But they, and no one was a Oche, a Diane would do nay. Ewo wiem one gran ha oko Kumasi oko Takrade oko Cape Coast and then northern region meka northern region and I mean the northern region specifically meka all the northern regions they will call Hokrana if you said they were here and yes say be a me and saying that there be almost sorry and tokwa and almost sorry and I say and I suku for one with the boom and then na take kakra it is out to himself go why come na a child says 68 years o man you free baby near baby baby and can in a gun and then say you but they be a do we can say no me my ding a chain can na me de be am kasa sense am ma me wo me eno ma munye mre e ma me da David fan honi aben bi obeba da bia na meken eno ma munye mre ma me da da bia no ma de ekosora na eko enti eno no da bia wo de ne se obeye adwuma no wo increase your purchasing power da bia na meka increase your purchasing power na se wa dwen se bibi so ba bete de ne mpa cho boa wadu dokono kwa se na meka mo amu follow me na meka wadu dokono kwa bibi eno so bete amount your purchasing power is very important tade ne kosoro kra na wudi nse hye obotum na nya obito na tubito bia and ye beka ye ho a ye hwe ye man panyen dada Rollins said the ono no ka say sikafo ne ahiafo be ye pe yante na se esikafo ne ahiafo be ye pe yante na se me mani fi ye bi real politics mo actively no enipa mienu na am say wo mo ka say Ghana na enomani bo yante ase asem ni bi ne ye man panyen dada Rollins so ka say sikafo ne ahiafo be ye pe no je say ye papa o say kwa me despite ne doctor ne so for saponom wo musika wo manya na no bi na say me magjera meti ati se minya chenchena awo da bi na mom se ba se ye papa se kwa me despite so timi kwa ye wo Kumasi a eje se me so mitimi kwa ye ni bi eti se me mefo VIP ana mefo trotro akwa na eje se me wo misika omboto ma metimi dia foka akọ ena ye papa se kwa me despite so de ono so owo ni Rolls Royce a ode beko ye nyina ya de yakodu Kumasi obi an complain bibia eno nene o pa chiro so they say into the purchasing power na make ho asem no eno no and owura ye friend Dan Lati na o preach domestication sa bre ni yesere no so domestication na the order of the day so they say into ono so na bia na ye ntenase eti Ghana na ye free baby ni ya ba bedru Yenim se baby a yepese yen konkodu no yenuru ho. But dean ya man no so akoda nim kakra. Aben bia ba oye bi. Aben bia. Aben bia no awaba oso waso Ghana mo de Ghana hwe wo. Debi. Obi aya ne dean kakra ejira ba bedu baby a yedre. So they say ejira ba bedu baby a yedre. 68 years so far. Me will be Samia so good. Yakobi, you knew baby I say you drew. I told baby you say you bad leadership. Ama no maybe or ha catch it. So because no many be how to me say that's how the way the see them pan opinion pan bit to my dream yes I do. So that's here. But ni nyina mo no Yakobi. Me den the Maggerio say Agyeman Jumedi a friend Ghana Muntie with need 100.9. Jumedi na chiche me no friend di kan me wo Amasaman constituency. Amasaman for ene mene Yaya Kasimata the special aid ebedin komo. E koma ye ba bedin ye specifically on Amasaman constituency. Yaya Kasim Ata dodo na friend Kas. Ye bisawo ye to abawie ye olusu ye wa Amasaman constituency. Eni ti wate ada na ana se no mekosen ye wo ho. Wate ada. Chairman ni sowa constituency chairman NDC. Mama, good evening. Nanti chama yeto abawie okra onfreka se unu akuma. Chama. Ana mayofo ye no mu awo. Ntimu ana makae. Ana be se me na mbebo opponents ho. Okay. Ebi am be pay courtesy call. Say the other time me stay woman maybe be pay the courtesy call to their offices. I don't me kwa me frɛ. Courtesy call me behwe dia no me koso. Eti ana me wan masa my constituency. Many the special aid at the ma Yaya Kasimata or ye defeated MP ewo amasa my constituency in the name of the MPP. Or the statement about beto abonten. Maka statement anymore. Na the special aid wa hey. Na ibibisa no. Say botai den say. Did any set of fair. Set of fair majo.
Mina Mark. Ejo so enanyumre.
Na say
Adomni ahwe Eja ni kurakura mu.
Ama ekoso kakra.
Nyame kurakura mu se de wa wani tua na. Na minchia tiefo.
Etiefo je so.
Ene ahwefo mo online so mo hwe edwumade.
Omo das.
Enyo mo anka kasa go mfra mo kwa.
Enokra.
Nti aseda edi kan edi manchodi ampo nyankopon ade toso no. Omo na enkomo omo.
Okay.
Se de bia omo ya so edi tie na ba bia enkoyie no mo tenete ba bi nso ekoyie no. Omo boy abaso hye yenkran. Ida we bi ase. Amincha ya Kasim.
That's right.
Openya Ogusua enecha a lot of youths supporting the society through the personal contributions in their lives. Enyo bia bibre obi o but omo mfa nche. Nti se obi na so de cha na ye adom achede sonko.
Adom bi sonko.
Na de ama. Nti achede a amanfo de che no. Ya na nya sika no mo.
Yeah.
But ya adom achede nti na mo bitimi tu de che.
Ayo ofre.
I say ofre no. Nti se ya mfra wa wonti encha de. Ebi mu ewo bi pa nso mo mfa nche. Nti amenda na se ene ne support o de ama MPP ama sama. Ama any daso aba constituency name. Even though say when din kunim. But I believe say a little contribution no. Ama police station executives, ordinary party members, executives themselves, I realize say indeed we all have a stake in the building of the political party NPP. And that is what he has been able to do within the few years or two who see was politically he will be out there to support the NPP as a political party. That's it. And it's a
okay. Na yeto abawie Yaya Kasim ataka ampete sen. Wo kasa wa mani dan so aba ho. Ete sen.
Medase, and it's a very important question. When we say unlike the na ye me did say me baha several times, me no crab baha one of the days during the campaigning period. Wa crowd the one dance say enyuma oye die nanka omanfo no bona baso ama odi anim a na nkese fata but yesi sunsumpe enso honam emre na etoda ya na yesi man proposes but God disposes eno nti se ni pape ni nyankopon pa anka sabra anka parliament but for some reasons intimi ankoba ne sa ni nyina echi no ompa aba opese omane manfo hu se enti se de ebinom lose elections ana motuku ankotena brochire moja echire e wo ho ana watwen e ka be 1 year ni e be co primaries ana se 6 months bia no abana abetu sika gum no de awani ana se o de be show no ono just after the elections na want me win na still in the constituency oguso eye na adwuma when we say state developer tie no an oguso a oya or the supporting man for oguso efa man for adwuma oguso supporting individuals in their respective areas of work enti ayakasim ene niam ekoso amasama de me bonu to fa meka se anko yese de si hwe no but asan ya bobo ye ho a we are reflecting, rebuilding to be able to recapture power in 2028. Nami adoma.
Ede na osusu sa ama na nko yie ama ya.
Ma Jerry say
anu aka say go microphone.
That's it. Se me nka emma enye se me repeat me ho severally a. Meka say election dey see kwa there are so many reasons ma obi lose elections. But it is also prudent say obeka no kre e de akere unua na wada no ho so na da achi bi edru sam pempenso na same mistakes are not repeated. When we say if you continue to do the same thing you shouldn't expect different results. Prior to the selection or the election as the parliamentary candidate, there were a lot of issues characterizing the annexing to the throne of the parliamentary candidate. Suspensions here and there. Koya could do national. But now, or pepase or person son the man fonti. He stood his ground and made sure say he fought till the last ender. Nyameya Nadoma ultimately winning primaries with a difference of about 200 votes. With a difference of about 200 votes. In this only will be elections. Now say utim bitino about 200 votes are. Jerry, I don't think say all man for nempel a overwhelming endorsement.
Okay.
And to that shows say now all man for no epeno because of the proposals, the policies are Nkofona ejitu say indeed some to abamana nipa bi se betimi asesa constituency no. Mamenka say even after elections ana wodi nkugu no. Onu say Yakasim if you no an pem eche constituency for executives no obia Christmas gift. Delegates and membership of about 1532 no. Obia nya Christmas gift ediko ni fie. And go be all lose elections on the 7th day. Wow, they can occur. Obesan I invested in the man force we need pepper at the moment. Until you win to tell them say indeed the banana was not just because now opposite or MP.
Okay.
But now he was coming for some or some man for. It ye can ma ye any so do one ye see any so a co-parliament and I will mention a few. They are candidate be kind of system. So we share election na na very tough elections. And now you needed preparations in advance. But here was the case and now some executives
in the constituency.
I don't want to be specific and mention names because we are rebuilding the party.
Yeah,
it is a okofifi funani bibria no ko hu de eni se we den uhunti. In general, says some executives, influential ones of course, vowed not to work with him. But as humble as he is now, he welcomed everybody on board. As late as 8th of October 2024, that was the time I launched a electoral area campaign teams to be able to go to the ground and prosecute the policies and agenda of the candidate, both presidential and then parliamentary. Inti just about 2 months to elections. Nothing now launch electoral area campaign team. Magjeru ankasa ohia na ahode na party for nankasa and American executives edeba supporting nipa no na ewo yefa. Inti utimi se okona no okono. It was solely on one holding any national support and the at the bond, but constituency wise in the na
executives na
problem ever ho. Inti say me bon to fan na the supporter, the full supporter no here free executives one na in ho. But as humble as he is, and given his background from a very humble beginning to this far, indeed, na he needed not to overstretch the issue. In Titama National for Belm, together with Regime Belm, he accepted to welcome everybody. I know him say, if invisibly they were against him. There were some of the executives that they vowed and said, I can win the primaries on resign. But to date, your resignation letter be and free obiaho. There were electoral area coordinators, no mutimidi, your opponent. I mean the NDC candidate, and him echo some of the electorates, and I say party executives are no more formal. If you say onumu and concosramu, Amageri said, "Oh, we are electoral area coordinator for NPP." Now with the NDC parliamentary candidate name say onkonkosra ubia. Invariably, you are campaigning for your opponent. So these were some of the happenings in the constituency. Na any sanke koso, but a koso. Ni nyina echi no e aka simata e ne se emfa ho de mo adini de omoni nko nti oni ne team and ne close leadership etnas no ono aka decided say enough is enough. After elections kasentwi atemdidie entokwanketenkete ekoso referrals of party members to disciplinary committees, suspension of some others here and there by the constituency executives in the nation. Or ha, sabe, as we try Katramaria, Unambia, and the Akasmi and say, as leader, even though say your constitution does not recognize past parliamentary candidates as part of the decision-making body of the constituency, he believes that Edijawa near the Aswawinti, or no Abitun West Wana, Wabwa. I call it for calm. I call it for unity. No, I call it for peace to prevail in the constituency. Now, Yami, I don't say it will fail another candidate. Say, you no, say you'll be fufro. Ina Yedinachi, Niako Kodin, Nia Jinkunima Butrino, Edia Bre, or Manfuina. And to say, a Kaya Kasim, the involvement in happiness in Amasama constituency. Because this is how far the Lord has brought us. And I hear communication. I won't say assassin what the executives in Nase.
Yeah.
From your flag bearer, the then president himself, the national executive, the regional executive constituency, coordinators, polling station, even the ordinary party member, even ACRC, security agencies, or the Nase. I address the constituency as a whole, as a leader, no di omonim pen. Remember said so minya be parliamentary candidate.
Yeah.
Unya a lot of links with almost every sector of the society about religious bodies, Christian or Muslim or traditionalist. About the traditional authorities in so binya links. About the social settings, the ordinary man on the street, the market women, identifiable groups here, no community. You tend to have a good rapport with them. And now me enjoy more because many were those are now disgruntled as a result of the defeat. As a leader, he needed to show leadership and own up and show responsibility. Say yes. Almost say dimubi and a man could go. But ultimately, on the year Candina no idea for election. No, was say or show moon cry now or inspire hope into them back and can't show me say, oh, it's not lost. Nyame Adoma, we can still fight and win the battle ahead of us in 2028. And he even called on the council executives and they said, indeed, yes, they have been mandated to steer the affairs of the constituency, but in exercising their discretion in taking decisions that will have dire consequences on individuals. No, they should be mindful of the tactfulness they would apply, because political party are elections. Now okura 137 seats. Then okura 88.
Yeah.
Now the presidential candidate are elections. Elusu poto. Enya dia ehye nkran 42%. Ageri enso any. Na ehia se party leadership ebe frɛ omo nkrofo anasa omo supporters no mo no makasa ka omo akoma to omo yam. Na mum eni se yesan hwete kakra na aka nim. With referral of individuals are ebia bibi ha omo nti omo omo views. No matter how you may disagree with them, there's not a time you suspend the party membership and party executives. And unti na I say or call on party leadership say those kinds of happening.
I'm for be suspended party leadership.
Obviously, constituency executives no.
One more suspended party members.
Party members.
About party restructuring, ain't
so
this not affecting the party.
That is the most important aspect in here, and they must spend the time or no it is uncommon. You see, and yet there's not the right time.
One more suspend so my idea.
Mark Jerry me come crabia. When we say party bia dinkuwa, obia be blame obi say
yes, yeah.
And leadership in the constituency no cannot take that hard bite now. Those party supporters no edema mono. Sometimes say party be a factions home. Yeah, you pretend there's a factions in him. Obviously, the incumbent MP na ya could defeat no or the followers. And I also and abenya the followers. Into the followers no previous MP and a former MP no enko for no tom e de man ya enko for. Definitely ya enko for so be dey e beto e de amom. But say we ko tuma ni enko first. Na reaction e ko ba pa. Then they take the other side on. Sana akwakoye wo constituency nim. Nti e ko so to a point after there now was say party executives say they have to crack the whip. But cracking the whip doesn't mean that you only have to crack the whip on the other side. It should be both sides.
Is that what they did?
One that is exactly what happened.
It's a year and one more cracking whip on the other side.
Cracking the whip. I'm gonna refer among for to disciplinary committees and suspensions here and there. I think that the time is not right for these kinds of actions to be taken. Yaya who say Nemane cause and also no. But na say we are at was and I say Penua Otifi Ankola Ewe Nanka. You can't anka you for a becana can be. As bold as he is, no, he had to come out with this communication. And I think say what kind of communication and I say press release, no, it was all round. And you say or admonition one part, elevate the other.
Yeah, because
it was holistic.
Yeah.
I will address the happenings in the constituency as a whole. And or the other two just say, no man for she come on board. Say the bear, assume you are a power party. No, in a Sabeka, they are body party in the back. When you say NPP as a party, no, we believe in Kabimamin Kabi.
Yeah.
No matter how you may disagree with somebody, no. So even if you feel that he's offensive, the channel is not referral or suspension of same person. Say, Marjorie, I am not condoning whatever somebody may have said. But some catcher say, Marjorie, we are Fantini for the Moha, oh, Fantini with your hardware. Men can't say Fantifon in a hardware. A tree near cano. Some can't say, oh, Fantini with your hardware. Am I insulting all Fantifo? And yes, sir, but a similar incident happened. And now, Obi, a Philly said, because of belonging to one tribe in Tino. Ya refer no as Fantini or Hadrin in a way. The person is trying to be tribalistic in addressing that particular person. I don't want to mention it, but say Emery say or say body because this evening I came here for addressing the peaceful nature of the constituency. So that's why I'm trying to be economical with the choice of voice. Me use Miss Rubia, I can boldly speak to the issue as it is. But at this point, you know. As I say, we should be mindful of the kind of pronouncement we make publicly on platforms that is related or pertaining to the constituency. I can address those issues without being economical with the truth. But in public, this way, that's why I'm trying to choose my words carefully, not to mention names.
Because is that the reason to account when the statement in the most platforms, MPP platforms?
Very good.
Obian should managing some year.
Very good.
I'm out for to try MPs.
Very, very damning statements. To the extent, so be to me a PK parliamentary candidate, na or Photoshop, no a friend are punching. Yes, ordinary party member, constituency executive.
Constituency executive.
Now then, no matter how you disagree.
Yaya Kasim, Ayawomo, Ebia no so baby a own.
The bonny away in and say, Utimi a company or two, the sitting MP.
A free honorable free.
Magdari, politics na no. Untimi fiti preocupe da coupe and could simply say over contest elections no when. You have to start from somewhere. Election is not an event, a process. And he said, nipa no ambition say of contesting for election. Definitely, best obtain grounds. Best started with some preparatory works. Inti Yaya Kasimata eba constituency ni ma onya paper say contest no. Definitely, he was going around trying to also solicit for the buy-in of the people, and other people felt say it was too early. Say obia wako one term no. Yaya Kasimata abegina say or contest no. Enti anka omunya ya nanka Yakasita and rescinding the decision say or contest the MPR for the first time while when they sit in the MPP or Masama Nanka or Manu call the second term. But MPP ni mrebia echresa. Enti Yakasim Bonnie or and say Oshu no and as what didn't see was say or contesting for elections no when on the ticket of the NPP and go to parliament to represent the people of Amasama. Enti ne Bonnie or no as a train na any. And at the genesis of Nibone, and now time when you any. And now, how
many executives in the world? 17. 17. The Buddha send or maternity.
Jerry,
now one maternity.
Some woman is visibly, visibly. Omumuti bare chested. Some support here, Kazimata, 3.
Out of the 17.
Out of the 17. Now, Mamenda, constituency women organizer say, Madame Felicia Ofosu. Born home modern ye pa. The way to be rally ne mano, best support to Yaya Kasimatano. Indeed, Metia Kasisankana, na ho den kanwa, nanka ye percentage ye around 42% no. Anka baby be oh. But Felicio Fosu, it me jinan and naso, kwa unia baywa, o bana on any man for kasa. Mageri wan kasaba bones mamano. Intimamena ye women organizer say, Naminda ye constituency organizer and so I say. Mr. Sylvester Boateng, and also Yadepa, and a deputy Nasara coordinator, Amino. These were the 3 people bare chested. Mutimido Musi was a most support Yakasimata, Umu and Kwamo. Now, when I wrote some womb, and he said, during the campaign, party Bray pickup, say a final campaign. A deputy Nasara coordinator on another issue Sakano.
Within the constituency?
At the year Ejuma, at the year operational works. Soon after elections, there were agitations to take the pickup from him. All because he supported the candidate. Even though there were directives, say, after there was an undertaking.
Yeah.
Say after the elections, the car has to be returned to the party back. I mean the constituency for onward delivery to the national.
Okay.
The style in which or the agitation with which they wanted to take the car now say 7 years time for now Oba women organizer issue cry and office or constituency anymore I say constituency
all because of course about
Yakasimata when we say or school feeding nibi your constituency women organizer or school feeding nibi. But because of a supportive apparently, Nisika can be seen now into your man. I'm telling you.
But says school fee no moon to every constituency.
You can't say me now a high crown. The meeting catch the one. All because say na say na mobisu na obi nya adwuma. Ana magere onyi ni sa. Na mobisu na obi nya adwuma. It is canon by be be ansa na ba. ono no chefa was an saka and then ekran sanka skano. So these were some of the things that also constituency organizer and a free constituency platform so all because you suspect say you take a decision on the platform or they leak information to party members without any tangible evidence. These are some of the happenings at Eco's constituency. Inti ya as matter who sani ma we no se dabi. Niema na Eco's no. So jai no ka say bia oni decision making power nti on kan hwe ya e de ntawanta ba constituency na se ebedumra na shafo be ka se mo ba na se region for be ka se mo ba no mo ba na ayede agiegu nti as swift as he is no anu nti na yede sa communication we ebetuja nti ye bon to fa bia ensem bebre asisi o constituency nim. But I believe say with this communication ya kasimata they call for adwebre no etube wa kwatwere de atwere na asomdwe aba constituency ni.
Okay, abusan when wutie yan ya aye ni 100.9 dwuma de afre the torchlight na ye ne set of the special aid to parliamentary candidate in the 2024 elections MPP demo in Amasaman constituency. Eye yaya kase mata the special aid ni no aiding komo statement omo de aba abonten and oguso a o chire mo da manfo ase o kan no be ekoso e party no mo susu se ebanfo entwa omo ni hwe na mame bisa o enti politics ne de said to o when irishemu owo edida so bi ana da chemu no obesa babie ma na. Because what you statement him say ojedi na obesa receive face.
You see ya kasimata a law abiding party emma kwan say obitimi express interest in any seat as we speak. Until we hear a statement na carefully worded say obi bia party be in as a leader and as a candidate no yen support no. But as we speak he has not decided on his
say obeba na so ma.
Say obeba.
Okay. If there's a reconciliation exercise na no guso here.
Yes.
But not necessarily so taking decisions so obesa baba. Because obesa baba bi ma na et say ohun your friend is saying bibi a ususu san ko so to me correcting the year pa beginning from now.
Or put you up a special team you conduct scientific research. But scientifically, you have to document whatever that caused the defeat. And until we set up team as we speak, team no grounds are find the very reasons in here with all the hopes and aspirations are not one no yes, I've mentioned some of these happenings are not also constituency, but there are others. I believe, sir, if you are to delve deeper, we can still unearth a lot of issues going forward. No, it will be a guiding principle for our steps to be able to correct our wrongs, so that we can annest to the throne.
But the work said Nabemu Muyon.
Yakasmata has never.
Unregretted so joining the mainstream political radar. Contesting Amasaman constituency.
Contemplated say Obenunu Humpuda. Unuma dear Namdinga Kacho say yet to about on the 7th. On the 8th, 9th, and of Friday man for no munina Asia or in the campaign office. Energize almost said Debbie or a Bema when since you months in our ham. To offer party members in a that time now man for Crampa or Modi MP Bida or Modi Nkugono. No Mako hide it because they were now nursing their wounds. But I can see just 2 days after a friend of mine for ina energize almost said Debbie in a can humumbium. Now all is not lost. On the Monday, I know shall say a coejuma. You send the office for around here, say, oh, money tire, won't say no office ala or yejuma. And Tia Casmata in Kugo, I buy in the on the dictionary moon, there's no word to say regret. And I say, Menumu or Abrabum. Would you say he fought a good cause, but for some exigencies in tea, no one to me and when and Ayakasmata, the future in politics is solid.
OBT a year, what's the name? Make internal primaries. No. Yes, Honorable Fifa Mensa. Obitin, how many votes?
I don't recall it. Around 800 and something else against 600 and something. So the difference was about 200. Yes. The difference was about 200.
And I will share performance by Honorable Fifa Mensa a year general elections as compared to Yaya Kassimat as well.
You see, you cannot compare the two directly.
Okay.
Because can comparison there. We can say every far when and Yaya Kassimat it didn't go. But you see,
but also we depend when there, but the votes.
You mean the internal one?
No, I mean the general elections. Because analysis be one minim say ebia amanyukofo ni nyina ite say moye ye NPP ni NDC meme dia maye bi pa at least betima ya about the last time maye be 75 constituencies.
Okay.
Na dia wo mu say wo hwe do me kwabenya wo hwe ni vote onya 2020 elections esote by be 2000 but dia win at the parliament. Because there be 50,000, onya 52,000. Because so in Domi Kwabenya. And year 2024, or the 50,000, a little over 50,000. And not the core ye. Ain't he a one number per se? Yeah, to say so.
Ushe elections in general. Na was so Ushe voting the Anina Sotie. Because we said them vote crowd, they win. Yaya Kassimat this round as compared to the previous one now. Previous one now we film crashing. We are winning. But for the apathy a setting in MPP camp no. And knew to the benefit. So it was not because Yaya Kassimat M1 home day. Because across board no, it means now the general feeling was that MPP are 8 years. And I share your history in this country. A baby ultra 8 years biano, ye koto ababon say only vote eso etate more than Dena or previously. And exactly the same thing that happened in the recent past elections are a course. So it was not that Yaya Kassimat ne candidate chanti and a man fine day anto aba and fama ne Rebecca say ba umianso enya saying. You get a point.
Okay.
So the figures as we had no does not speak to the fact that Yaya Kassimat candidature and now man for day MP, but because of the general feeling around the country, say abandoned decisions being oman for bofu party members being so bofu say you more dear free delegate abomu party for entry to me free on fan those kind of general complaints nibino all contributed to the defeat of 2024 election. Nti Yaya Kassimat candidature there unquestionable at all.
Empenyo for eye ntwihwemu Amasama constituency o mabaho.
Amasama constituency empenyo for abaho na
ade womba ede nesi asa osiri ade wo ede nesi
SMP
wama hwe omanim.
Indeed omanfo timi eka niema na ekoso wo constituency. Now, Maminko Anka said MPP is a party of ideas. And I love the kind of boldness invitees now, it me express on views. Telling the leadership as it is. Indeed, they communicated exactly what I've told you this evening to the executive. Say, Niame Koso or constituency, I will say we need to set up. When you say so far MPP constitution now, we share constituency executive composition now. But we say the party constitution mentions that the parliamentary candidate, a part of the constituency executive committee.
Yeah.
But the constitution is silent on the fact that after elections, is still part of the CEC. Invariably, because that space is there, we tend to believe once our several term as a parliamentary candidate, maybe I want to be successful. You don't have any role in the party. But Magdalene, come to think of it, will be our core contest. Now, our huge supporters, our core elections. Now, say we'll lose. The the constitution is silent on the role in the constituency. So he's treated as an ordinary party member in the constituency. You dey check it, the resources are spending, check it, followers and the obinya. That's also you take a decision. He's not part of decision making body. No. I think say going forward, no, our national executives must take into account some of these provisions in the constitution of the NPP in constituting the CEC of the constitution, the constituency. Say parliamentary candidates biya or immediate pass. Say the immediate pass one there. Also beka decision making body no. Say the beya also a suggestion biya obetimi dia ba on board. Ede abeboama party ne enkanko ede akoni. I think some of these things in amending the constitution and how the way forward should look like, you know. I think the national executives must consider some of these. And about also I have is Magdari. Sebase Obiwo issue against a constituency executive by convention and by practice. What the constitution says is that the aggrieved person must submit the petition to the constituency secretariat and as a constituency. No. But if I say constituency secretary and as a chairman, and will be an issue. Now, say nipa no petition to come secretary na nipa no issue na. We just about for the petition the come disciplinary committee. So I think that in going forward, no, so do a petition against any member or any executive of the party. The petition should be sent to the secretary of the disciplinary committee rather, instead of passing through the constituency secretary and as secretariat. You know, it should be sent to the CDC so that the CDC will decide on the matter. Because you're afraid to be conflict of interest. Why am I saying no? Yes, me file letter and family. Now I shall forward one issue if I call disciplinary committee. But Jerry, isn't it ridiculous? So I think going forward, no, there must be amendment to some of these provisions in our constitution so that people can freely express their views. Now, that whimsical and capricious discretion, sometimes because of some of these things in the executive to me issue some kinds of directives here and there without taking into account the consequences of those actions on the individuals. And you're fine. Okay, some of the electoral areas, polling stations are. Minimum chairman okache me so onkoto aba because he need free album him. Or because he showed allegiance to the then candidate on the other side a contest. When we say MC, you know, on current MP now we free, you know, a contest here. Into Clement and Crawford ni bina they were so vociferous, you know. Most of them, no, were taken out of the delegate album. In Tinipanwa in every album, definitely you have issues with the party as a whole. In the commitment level to the party, a better suspect. I have a list of individuals amounting to about 50. We can mention that to names of Nkofa are feeling aggrieved as a result of their taking out of the delegates album. No? And as I speak, a list of about 50 individuals are or more similar complaints on that happenings in the constituency. Until going forward, I think there should be total reform of the party and make sure say some of these issues are addressed.
Okay. Higher need 100.9. Set of fair 8 2 yaya Kasimata. Parliamentary candidate Ujina Muma MPP 2024 elections. Amasama constituency. Amasama for mutem dititiri weye Amasama MPP. Mama mkwana ma peke few calls be. Ebe na mpese money settle we kasa. Any sembia. Okay, so now set. Say how is your boss positioning himself to be involved heavily in the restructuring process? Pambeso no offer so no why part of the restructuring process.
That's a mark.
So be ko bi am actively sa politics do free mo.
David. Politics you enjoy politics o. Politics I say be ye no. Unya do hu remu obe ya.
Na obe ya.
Nti ya kasumata o nti min kaso enjoy politics. No enjoy na chita for no mo kwa infa. So ya kasumata still in politics but the decision has set all contest bi no na
And then
but the active participation in the politics very solid. As I speak, our meeting still proposing ideas to support the reforms are economic. Sanka Oja politics anka on drafting a whole proposal and submitting from our national executives as to the views on happenings are no fee say going forward now. Sanka to her a bay and I said to say a bay. Inti Akasmata I suggested to party executives, especially the national level, say these are the concerns. Nima Bobos no they are captured in a report and physically too he visits some of these party members of Rome, both cash and kind, and so are supported in keeping the soul and body of the constituency together. Mamenka say Oshebose Obama party office. You say Amasama constituency you need party office there. Periodically you rent for the office I use for administrative work. Ononkasa Tunuwasi was a OC or Tramodern party office at the party no. Ogusu Eyehujuma. I think say I can't finish in Kakrabia. In no time, at most in about a month time. No, me say Obefre constituency executives now or hand over offices in the structure no at the constituency to use
party office.
And I believe say
and yes, so we lose into promises now. Oh my, no.
Inti he's still serving the party. When you say Akasimata Oba, none the policy ni say Inyahwe mantra no opeso yifiro. And na party be suma okobo panyimbi pro o mienu no ono ontisa. We share Akasimata and mabeka say or ordinary party member. Or brand who has down to act. Inti support and all the more nyinano ogusua oye emfa hone ohawa okom from the hands of some executives. I've mentioned to you out of the 17 executives no ipa mako 3 executives constantly in the support here. Until you could see the kind of treatment okom, but still now despite all those happenings, so I want to crack out the Batuja. Obi and Kobaka so somebody say the any brumako. But he means well for the party and until now all call for calm within the constituency because one is a Croatia and also Timubi on Pesa Sabesi and until now all call for calm. Until ne letter out about 2 Janukra any contribution towards the peace building in the constituency. The contribution in terms of proposal was submitted to national. And also a contribution be supporting individuals with other items like machines need their kaka. Still our demand focus or demand for to these are the things that because we pass or and that is the kind of services he's rendering to the people of Amasaman. A buyer contribution to the peace and then the rebuilding of the party there are submitting a proposal to national and or the letter and swab tuja media for my capture and no crime who say piece from Fonso mother station I capture more evening news or say morning news. It is all in an attempt to make sure say yes they did it but your cost wise I said and this in the MPP where the we are we ban their way we ban their way at a point it must stop and I think he's calling for that and to the happenings in I say any engine.
Okay. All right, the higher need 100.9. Let me give opportunity to especially Amasaman Fua with Amasaman so they may be hoodum pa because be hooduma me radio airwaves and say Jinamo where na especially with the MPP for about the statement from Yaya Kasimata Ebeto Ja Nsema Hodwa Anko Ye set Akabi or the Binswa Shadakem. Said ya and then so honorable chairman Sabu so Eko can be or the bin swasha that came and the end of town upon my home. And then there may Yaya Kasimata, a home, Amasama. Amasama constituency 03022579020 03022579020 and 03022435540 03022435540 ma yenye ukoli especially from Amasaman constituency. William Samoa or you member of the MPP communication team over ha ena Francis Doche ono so ha nti bija set kwan a na medwo so atena se meba cho me mo adwo
pacho yejo
but we dey baby akasa free ni konkoma ye di from Amasama constituency
manjeri nyamishira ni ujumedi nyina
that's
so apart from NPP internal rankings ni nyano adia ba kwa ya feti ye road ni free doblo Jemfani say maybe omaka kota ni ruefi at to doblo ni Aklaman area
doblo ni Akrama area ho abasa doblo kwa de me be fa so na se no wo mo adwisu o no ma adwisu asase ho na I style be
ya got this for how many years na was it na pacho manjere o ye history bi na me pese me input kakra pacho Rolex 81 na obeji ejano yemfane se ebia ye papa despite she ebia na japadia o ene mpacho o mebra manjere ni me na ebia yemfane se ono ye papa despite no only 100 million da bank na nso me no we dia be 1 billion anase 150 anase 200 na uyi obi na ubana ukase upese me ni se nipa ni yete pacho ade we na essay anna because we are saying na minti bi da nti that time no na won o advice ye papa Jerry no was wrongly and so misleading nti na kire ni bufu
anyway but okay
yes that respect we na
message because yenum de me say ye na obono me na minya mai na kakakra nsa maba but de ye kenkan a
na ye na be efe obi won ne trotro me ni trotro but e bi oni sika da bank
but obi koto fufuo ni aponche na wonso koto utimi to save fufuo ni aponche a ye nyina ye didi o
satam na de magana bo from free satam na 83 satam na 83
okay what they say komo ye be say ready why ye be say ready with that super okay me ba cho me mo ajo
hello
yes sir ye bo Amasama komo
good evening, Mark.
yes man we dey anybody akase free
me so from Asamoah me kase free Amasama
yeah mo na me hia mo no me ti o
Mark Jerry dey wo mu ni say MPP for na kase nyam me se yen ka no kware omo ye greedy me Amasama 37 onipa na wo kasa no onim ba bi e for 37
Amasama mo 37 wo ho
yes
Amasama enso ese metim explore ho yi o
yes Akrama kwan so we Johnson for 37 hokra na em se jam constituency chairman no te se wo hwe ne ma course na dadi na abeka be 2 weeks kura me ato aba no sebi wo fafa boys ni di omochi a omo no na mfiefi mu a oba ana wa ma obi 20 Ghana say e da ye to aba no kura wo hwe okwan a ebi mu kura aka kire na se omo free ha omo free ko omo free still region hwe so obi ka kire na se ofri takorade na ono wonu so MPP ni o no ama no 50 Ghana so fa nkota takorade to pa ko no se wo je ye wanko ye to aba ni we wo hwe moto agu ni fie
enye hwan ya kasimata no
yes enye ono nipa o de share nsa wo 37 area ho na America
sir
wo onipa na o te ho na wo kasa no onim onipa ku na America MPP for na kasa no asi edukati aka se bi wo se NDC ni o man 1 billion a o be fa 50 million no wa chede aka no MPP no man 1 billion a o be fa 999 na wa che
eti adidija on
because ni mo wa obi won tin be sasa na MPP vo sebe tafra che eya omo bu grassroots ni che sen
okay That's it.
Because only pan of Tihono, as someone I make an only way away.
Ah, what every yatu on a membrane into Adaraba.
I can no more born for year or more. No mood or do mutria, any panano assessing Homo because I can no stand it tall. A chain after you know, I will be doing good.
Okay, that's it.
I hope you send before the bay lesson, not 2028, you know. Your money 1 million so on chat. Or no before 1 city because party the back power crown. I sound so influence.
All right, but I believe that what be no point, you know. Mama Van, so I believe that call when so it should come from Mama Saman. Majue. Masa Winnie Amasama, Mama Sama for the friend. Oh, I'm a grandma. Oh, Massa. I said the entire friend, me here calls from Mama Saman.
General cause.
Oh, constituency away. And I will bang by own Nico, Bepe, woman.
You see, so got to say, Jada, we don't quabble the table and what sent you.
You, what they can say?
That's it, right? In Japan, you come away, Juma. And now it's one of the Johnny. You need the name, Pam, you need the now conquer framing boy.
What's that name here?
And now with one also Johnny, and your mammy be a man of it. Eh? Who will be able to give you? Eh, right.
Once the old crowd, I can grab web. We'll be back. Friday now.
Friday now. Sorry.
It's a wow. Masa Casanioko.
Brother, that's it. What did you do? Brother, ya o Casano. The penance what are the neba. Now, Omoya dia the posterity a real hour. Onoka sebe jejero yen a eje here to and Okasa. NPP fiti boa bro. Chama je minimum power. The be a would think Yanu Queen down our bit yaka. Makoko be the cancer. Yanu Queen down yaka. It could be a you clearly know TDD. And was think a power year to one meaning so a young man and not an old man. But brother year to all. In some way, then you can say opposition and some of my babic. And then what's now? I'm not shot and you're my who ya a party. What's now you should weather and then I will come out.
Okay.
They have a very long way to go.
Medance.
Yes, I'm mistaken. Grassroots. Come on, you only fear anyone at here. Who should you be? You be decent and this in 24 and pretty and bad. Me and Tinaso.
Medance. Me for last one, Majo. You too, Yanko.
But I reality. But you site work board. Abasamai. Na ya kasinu machine ba wonu ni mizani mina SM ya electrician. Na si se me ko site ko kra mi huse nta ise fit no timi wini. Ba de mi nwane kanu e no kre odu waso tuti forma. Party executive no. Omudi na bro. Ndi ameka sa ne sai. Oshe kama yeye campaigner mene dadu na yiko honum uni party foni dim koma na kwese yaya kasu ne bae no executive no dodo na makiada obo se ne ka no oil campaign no bi hia ne ka na 3 times ho ba me na ka mi nya draba na ne dim komo we no watwam but o man try because say nipa no mi mu bone a waye Uti executive na almost say oboche mo asase half front one farm mo but nipa no o ma obi nimbi min ndi am ti say so mo obi nimbi ndi se won san kan wo dia eni kwan say udi na bro ti se obawie ya nka ontimi fa dia odi maamo no andi odi mo obi no won san kan wo dia ndi mesre say mi name ankasa mehwe nam na di nkomo wayade because me was site or make na site me gusu ameye.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Ndi wayade ndi ni bona baso communicators no kasa no so no gusu kasa sa nya me hira no.
All right. Okay, high need 100.9 with this way Amasaman and come on your boy. Na UTB
Magjory. Me da tifo ina say. Da bia me ka say omo na ma program na program. Enti omo contribution mo da ba ina ya som. Be o say 2 na mo be 2 na mo. Na ya ka smata de oso da so ado amasamanfo. The supporting kete na kakra o de mo no. Obekọ so abiem. But baby na ba mabu. Enu ntina oye na adwese anka. Oko parliament. Na abasamubo no eba wanya national cake ni bi. No they supporting the nanka or the man for. But anye ye this time round. I believe say okon nim kra ekon imprensa. Me nka so obade. But for me minya ya nka won sam rabiem.
Okay.
Me say nka me timi tunufu man ye dia. Ka me tunufu say on sam rabiem. But it is too early to start lobbying for his comeback.
Okay.
Kakra me kan say egusu adono. Kakra na egusu yema party no. Nko so anye man abamu na emu bi de e kai last first wakra e the sponsor the campaign.
All right.
Magere me kono. I'm saying na nsem bi si wo parliament.
Oh.
Esa ka me ticket to e bi fro ho.
Masa me time ko.
Minimpa.
And the idea is here.
You see the speaker and I mean can say NDC majority o mo ye no parliament. Ya hwe ya e den sembeba. Ghana high and practice proportional representation. They practice winner takes all. And our core parliament by practice and by convention. It do some debate here. What the speaker does is that Oshebe nkum no ahwe nifa. No ahwe nkum no ahwe nifa. Ofa ba ko ha, no ofa ba ko ha. Ofa ba ko ha, no ofa ba ko ha. No more debate issue no. Na magere ujidi say NDC ni original ha. Obeka say Mahama state of the nation or the by no sebe entasumu. On cancer. Eye NPP ni na beto no boa kan no afechire mu ehun ba bi eye no ba bi enye. No aponchi host say the be ya won wa ban mu no won hu ba bi ni say okọ na ba bi e wo so okọ no so okọ ni yi oyi ni ma say na fata de ama woman for. Ohwe omo orders of standing orders of parliament order 1151. E kire say speaker ebema the floor for debater. Oma ubia fair hearing. There is nothing like mu 88 inti 183 say 184 no kasa nipa be me nsa be kasa ansana ba kwa be kasa wa ya nyane sa. This kind of idea of new convention with the ban. You cannot set your own rules in parliament too. That is their guiding principle over the I say Bible they call them and I say Quran use mosque. Edian ni sa machoism yi too much. On my parliament no sanctity na yehunu over the years do aja home time my kokwe mu time omo banfota no ho am etwetwa mu nyina they were very measured in decisions they were taking. Mr. Bagwin any deputies are omo manage the affairs of parliament now no say Ghana e ba akopo agro ehunu sa no ebetua trickle down e dey pass akodi bone nti omo hwe na omo nye niam ye na pictures na ehunu abonten the optics are not good kakra me kan no me da say
high indeed 100.9. Okay, that to doche ebechirem so also bechirem the view of the speaker abusia Francis doche wa na William Sangbo so ewa yeah bao.
It is time again for the biggest roots reggae festival in Africa, Kuchoko Roots Festival. And coming all the way from Kingston, Jamaica, is Culture featuring Kenyatta Hill, alongside Dwayne Stevenson from Augustown. And of course, one George Nooks with all power. All the way from Ghana is your Kuchoko Roots Master, Black Rasta. Many more artists passing through non-stop. Saturday, 8th March 2025. Venue, La Pleasure Beach, Accra. Time, 12 noon till you drop. Rate, 50 Ghana cedis only. And as usual, there will be free cocoa, kulkuli, kose, and masa to break your fast and to put you in the spiritual mood. For more information, you contact 0244 499 461. Powered by Black and Tough and supported by National Youth Authority. Media partners, Peace FM, Needs FM, OK FM, UTV.
Utie oha extra ponkno. Utie oha extra ponkno. Needs FM.
Ye mamu akwaba ayiko nana brebre obrimpon okatechi tsunase woba tsunase.
Neat FM 100.9.
Yama kwa be the bandit 100.9. William Sango ewa William be kwa be say
nyame odi acha me
Okakwe South mo ye
oh nyame na
na mo na mo se mo be djuma ni yawa da we
oh yes
na mo so mo fly e de na o so
eh
yes see eh e need you papa yeah rade nyago Okakwe South
yes
Honorable Amedata
yes
sa o de my Felix say akwa ba oh I say o many atena ya Felix na translate na under no any function no better where you so okay Felix Francis Doche Francis say Francis is a member of the NDC communication team bibi akoye and then amias NDC mo come there all right major issue at that table so National Economic Forum ECOSO and okay how many days and as 3 days right 2 days
3rd and 4th
until then on we sir okay you better the impact looking at the economic situation now we share the 4 thematic areas a year His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edisi ne so ebra o man inaugural address yedini si ade so no sa areas no economy na need kai economic forum any impact ye ba behwe minority for your press conference say the president of the republic one presented the true state of the nation and it woman e be chire mu a year into and so be home come but proud to that will you listen to program where you get together Okankwe South family
Okankwe South
botany
botany e say
6 months yawada way
oh yawada way
how the way say mba
yeah esoba netin say magjay say ahinie ekramo ana say o papa di ohin na say bibi nti yesi bia wakoto asase oduma say eni eji ahene no fini ne naase ana ye run ne naase pabwa ana se bibi crowd for so many years na ade no afiru sema se otwe na emle no ko bebre a mageri se obesa osamba kan sa ade no biom no din enti yakwa abato sem wo kan ko sa no bebre there you are privy to enti se yakwa abato now for the first time Okankwe South constituency MPship every year na say ni ya sisi enya bibi enya sa na ya da na members nso da obenya ne omo bio no be din ene de onyane no kra wa ya de no wa say onyane ye
okay
na che say asem no be din nti constituency na ada hosa no honorable Ahmed Atta o say ono any opportunity to serve us before enti sa sembi ba se obetransa hwansa na obia enyunyu na obia akwa se se amafi why say obia oni papa odumase ompese ye be fun ye hu se ye frɛ ya ato odumase enti ejebi tiase ono so he had the opportunity to serve us before enti sa semba na se ye hwan ye mobo a ompese ye bedi areho opese 6 match ye nyina obia e wo Okankwe South ye mpese obi di bibi ba hye ne mo ye nyina ye mra whether o problem bi on bebia fato na ye wadwen se ye be ye MPP foforo bi wo Okankwe South ye di ahwandi bi papa bi e ba be hye MPP mo ye wada ya enti obia mra piece of peace na ye mbeji ni na ye ni nkutahonde na obi ni
energize
party no just to say obi anka say okay we have for me but na call party no me need nkomo me dey ache no ye moving on oduma say nti ye nyina ye mra wuna bibi obi aye bibi na e yawo obi aye bibi na ahyewo wo de bra nipa no nie wunie as ye nyina ye di ano bibi kan ano kakra no ne ye di ye hu nkomo ni efi asem nti efi asem de asem ba tese ye tupun na amanfo family no atranse na ye didi no ne ye di discusses ne ye di bi ye asesem na ye di bi ye teasing kakra na tese onuado no aye den abam se na be ya ye betimi aso yesa akan se o ye nyina ye di biakon ye anase onuado eba bebe di party no fufuro o Kanko South into Kanko South obia invited whether o ye former executive o ye current executive o ye ni petit robititi e wo consensus ma bra omo masum consensus ni ye dada ye ni mo nso ye be ye den ye be mo ni ma kakra bia citation kakra to energize the base say obia ni modi ball consensus no amount for consensus before no be there e ya wa the full sell emna ewom no e see etimi ebon mabaso inti family get together na ye kwakoye yes obia faction bi ehu hia o Kanko South MPP and ye ko Prince of Peace aye events Thursday ya na ye nyina ya koye de yakoji ye ni na ye di energy foforo abuild party no ye di obia problem aye den omra obia bibida akuma so bra na adwen foforo bi wo adwen ma fabra na ye nyina ye fa onuado obia ye very important party ya ye ko ide obia ye very important obia ni wo Kanko South abeka say we de ni hu hia obia hu hia obia ma me kwa metimi nya se me so ma obi nso ntimi nya ye nyina ye mra ye mfa onuado en Thursday ni enko shower Prince of Peace ni enko di ehu nkombo ni enko du zone by zone ye ni enuanum enhia ni di nkomo ni esre no ni e fa adwen how to build Kanko South again because Kanko South there see a TRC there see am fa seat ya mra MPP boma I think say na yen ya mreni no na ye ni party na di ni ye to bia mfa bibia esi bia ntu na chi no mra na ye nyina ye ye fine kambom enye Saturday party enye ni ye na enye fe na me Saturday bia Thursday sorry Thursday bia 6 months
let us after the men's na wie ne 6 months activity
no na ye dia so the 2 p.m. sharp na che say hono aye gidigidi because of Prince of Peace
Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim Honorable Ahmed Atta the MP
former MP
former MP
the constituency oya papa da enti oya papa dia anase efie panyi bedu so a se ko ebia o time na efru so na ko bi ho na asemba say o brave fatherly role no to show say udo bia nti osie nyina ye mra new
executive. I want my history ni yo. Your friend is saying mulusu seat na.
Ye lusu seat no. Ye lusu seat no.
All right. It's or revival or reunite. The party.
The party.
It's ye ka then ye say bia o wini enti na oba be get together. We lusu seat no but still so re-energizing the party. And it's na nyame ya doma on the seas.
Yeah. Just to make sure say obi amra back because ye dacha see be sorry be di enti anim ya and every constituency bia almost start ye bibi because information film too much obi na members no energy na dey ekọ old man say I say perfume so egu nwa na che na wan fe bi nkan ho a obi say na fe the perfume no obi am put enti Mr. obi a Kanko South ni bia on fa no fa na nim kire friends the Prince of Peace 6 match na nyina yenko ji no hono na party no en sorry jan na so ni sanji seat no en fi NDC for say because I didn't know unam kra na fi dey I ferry say be ka say ho Kanko South na NDC for abaji FSM enti Magdari Thursday there me by two any members nyina
all right
yeah na ka kire your friend say me aminipa onipa ya teacher here o studio ha woni ne adwuma no anopa no
Oh, Kwamramafu.
Ochana
Ochanopa, me man saying, I
just me so DJ Toxic there so no one
Toxic okay.
Now Mark Jerry.
Tell you remember Francis Cranso.
I am my name maybe Mark Jerry.
Na ka obe kan we. Ma me call Francis wo.
Okay.
Na no enchance here.
Okay.
The economic issues, economic dialogue. Akoso Francis.
Yeah.
Ma me chance en from mo na mo wa BMCs.
Yeah.
Economic dialogue and any significant impact. It is say you share mo sebem.
Okay. Tell me the akonya we better for ni yeti for as I say debiano omudi omu data.
Na kasa go microphone.
Omudi omu data any omu time na di ejuma we echi. Na economic dialogue normally that's the style of current president. Say anytime we are confronted with challenges, say or believe say collectively or frame for experts, no mudi or margin experts or mudi or more expertise experiences, ni discussions about on board as to how to go about this economic situation in Ghana. And the needed in Kofona Obia, it shouldn't be only the appointees of the government. Civil society ni nasi for academians. They are what needed on this dialogue, so that the public will be given the opportunity to ask the necessary questions. Say now the president has presented the current state of the economy, so it's going to be fair. So okay, just opposing your promises now, manifesto, per what we have on the table. How are you going to do this? And this big man will put all this things into consideration and advise the government. So I think it is in the right direction. It's a way, or it's a form of commitment to honestly accept the situation and profess solution to solving the problem. And economic dialogue no there. Obi anim say expert na omo wo so no. Omo ye nkofa omo nim di e ba no economic and na say for now. Yes, those are some of the things. Now when you look at some of the focus now, omo penny or expected from the economy committee, how to build collective responsibility. As Ghanaians, it is a collective responsibility. Say you have to put the people or the appointees on check. Say you do obi other ministry biano and I say abine office biano or ye bibi boni na office say your party member and I say or ye me madam for and I say or ye me busiani na we hire. It goes against the country. Most of these unfortunate dealings are we normally see it say a normal thing. In fact, say obi are committed, very responsible. Say, on my way, ye nyina ye dia. Into no bibi, call bonia. You have the right to make sure you expose those kind of corruption. Into the major factor ekutia economy corruption. Into your man see you have to build a collective responsibility. Now, two, commitment to macroeconomic stability. Now, say we stable the economy stability. For instance, you have free abemu. Now we be name ESLA. We have introduced ESLA to manage our debt. Those days now, 2016 now, your energy sector levy now 2.5 billion. So we introduced this levy to solve this problem. After 3 years, this tax will be called off. But as we speak, Obianim said the ESLA has been collateralized till 2035. Into no paper na ayeka. Those are some of the paper it will sustain the economy. What do you say? The macroeconomy. Those are some of the things you have to put in initiative that will sustain the funding of projects na ayeka. Into those are some of the things that we are being confronted now. You see, say 10 billion push in infrastructure. Now to do this, there must be measures in place through this forum. Say, when I so pay the current debt and now pay the situation, the economic situation, how are we going to do this? We also have the agenda 111 to also handle. Now, Obiani say the commitment level, and I say the budget, it has been overspent, and yet we can't boast of fully operational one hospital at Agyeman. So those are some of the things that this committee will just do as good to make sure say we do all those things. Now strengthening the private sector. Those are some of the focus that the committee should have to dwell on. The private sector. This is the time and energy minister. See the level at which now the energy debt, air corner, close to 8 billion as we speak. Close to 8 billion as we speak. So if we have to be fair, honest. So we have to bring in private sector management when it comes to the energy sector, especially electricity. What do I say? So those are some of the things that the committee is confronted with and they are considering based on the current state of the economy. And these measures are we will use to solve this problem. So those are some of the things that the committee will come out with. It isn't a composition of.
It's only say very impact.
Oh yes,
and impact in our economy so no. Idea a bit significant. A bit idea be say yes. It is so papa.
Oh yes, the significance of these committees, it depends on the personality leading the country. At least let's just suppose his commitment being truthful to challenges. 2016 election. Now, party for those days, we were even annoyed. Say, allowances and any money. These are some of the things that we could use it to win election. Also, that if that could even cost him his fortune, he doesn't care. He wants to take good decision to at least repair the country at the time. So, significance of all committees, commissions, it depends on the leader. So, if the leader is credited with some level of integrity, at least, and I say, or you're very honest, say, are they a blue? In fact, a blue, a red, or better just say a red. That's the only way we can solve this problem. Into the impact of the findings, and I say the outcome of the committee, I think the way, after 15 days, they will come out with all that has been said and discussed based on facts presented to the committee. And the committee, I think the dialogue, that is the way forward to go. Say to reset Ghana, that is the process. And to reset Ghana, the dialogue is the first process to get views on board, not to say meeting your cabinet alone. Your cabinet alone may not be enough reliable. Say they could speak truth and I say, because of ABCD, when we take this decision, it will not lead to the benefit of the grassroots of the party. So therefore, your man say believe in collective leadership. And to have an impact. Implementation is what we are talking about. It was organized prior to the IMF. Say it should give us some guidelines to grant or to give us some discipline, financial discipline. That's so when you look at the time we went to Mahama sent this country to IMF to provide some level of discipline when it comes to financial sector. What do you say? But then that was not the case. Now, even at the time now, you were IMF in Ghana, I recorded the worst mismanagement of the economy. What do you say? The fiscal sector. So those are some of the papers. You have good policy. IMF or some strict measures to prevent you not to overspend those things. Yet it happened. So so the impact of this dialogue no depends on the leader. So obe executing all these findings no. Now we're implementing them in good faith. Into Mark Jerry. So those are some of the things.
When they say a bit to media, but minority for a complaint say president and presented the true state of the nation. Cite some example, the reserves. As I said, there one more canon. President and presenting it.
They are the same people who said even just less than 50 days.
Actually, talk to the microphone.
They are the same people. Almost claiming say less than 50 days now. We have borrowed over a certain amount of money. Almost claiming, if indeed they claim that they have such reserve, conveniently, no, there wouldn't be any avenue say, and there wouldn't be any justification say. Uko Bobu say, Dabi. Obianim say, Omaja. Who share the energy sector level no crap no. Too much to even talk about. Obianim at the time yedi omampeno air no. Now the next 5 hours from the inauguration, we could go blackout. So those are some of the challenges we were confronted with. That's the true state of the nation. The truth of the nation is we have budgeted 400 million for Agenda 111. Yet that wasn't the case. Isn't it true? So nothing that has been said by the president hasn't been the true state of the nation. Until they come with contrary facts now, then we'll just give them some credit to what they are saying. So a normal opposition, disruption. Now, as we look at the minority, they are just a group of detractors when it comes to due diligence. Look at their composure even in parliament as we speak. Their agenda is to just frustrate with their micro strength no more parliament no. In fact, the little chance they get, they just want to frustrate the process. So as for them, they are still mourning their defeat. So it will take some time for them to come to the realization that they have indeed left the nation as your mom penny all state said this is the true state of the nation. Now Ghanaians in the state of the nation no crap has been the verdict in the 2024 election. 2024 election will be named the state of the nation. As a result, and I yet start resounding victory. Now, even some of the MPP full soldiers cry, even help to even win this election. They voted massively. What do you say? So the state of the nation in there, and we can say, oh, near Mahama Kanye wasn't known to Ghanaians. Everything Mahama said was very obvious at the time. Prior to the election, how many hospitals have you built in Asante region? Or any other related infrastructure? Minister for the region was found wanting to provide any concrete evidence to buttress their points. They have done enough in Asante region. So prior to the election, whatever has been said was really obvious, and I think they don't have any basis to say the state of the nation as presented by the president is untrue. Into Mark Jerry, is the resetting agenda na yeah goes on.
Okay. Samuel.
Melia.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Mark Jerry.
Yes, sir.
And you made the betcha ahwefo na yechia etiefo nso aka ho. Na mechia okan kwesa adefo nyina. Na mechia me former MP Honorable Ahmed Atta. Na mechia godfather of okan kwesa Jonathan Odate Bedu. Ono so mechia no pa. Na fe mechia me kromfo. Lower Manya Krobo. No so to be precise. Mechia o nyina se nyame enyomo kese ene miami brother Asafache obo ahene. Mechia o nyina nyumre. Mark Jerry. Yasi se o kan se obedi medi na o se obedi ni tinu na e di ni tini ma na yedi ni tini ma wi a afi na oba be ka kire se na hongs wo ho na afi de na sunsu wo ho Magjari o kan se obedi ni tini na afi se de na wo o kan se obedi enam no ananse friends aboani ti no na kan se de na wo ho o kan kire se obedi because unim se aboani ti de say na net ana o ye dede ana Ghana for say okay o ye dede say mo fa mami na medi na Ghana for the man omo the man we afi do be ka say na friends and horns won the horns no wadodo ntimi mli
na the one okaso obedi ntimi
oh na John Mama former president John Dramani Mahama say be no ka
say president
yes president say former ne there say no ye former na was be president your current nti ye president John Dramani Mahama there asema owo opposition o ka kire no say Ghana no ye fa hye ni sem no obey ni yi obetumi an yi Magjari unimo sa de no ni ti no hons wo hu e na wo so bedi Ghana for si oh say na wo ye de medi dey am sure say with the problems of Ghana nya obetumi amlen afi ye di manwa afi no ama wo sanso say Ghana for mu be jimi o Ghana for afi de mu be boam yo Ghana for afi de mu be chairman ni amen yo Ghana for afi de me hu ni amen yo Ghana for me fe de me slow man no Ghana for afi de me economy na boom yo Magjari leader ben kra ni nanu ya na okache se o de oba be o man ye mfa ma na wo de obeye bibia africhim be ye Ghana ayefe ye nti asem bia o kan ya ka kire se sukufo nkra FSHS fo na na do da kwa kufo ado enyamfo adanfo de omgogu school no o be ma mu aponji krankra o kan ye so be ma nkwala no aponji krankra e ma kwala ya ready se o mu ba be di aponji krankra na no ko ma mu kosia no o si yembo yesem kosia na o ka kire se o de be ma mu kosia na o ka kire se o de be ma nkwala no o si o be ma nkwala ya aponji Oma apenchi nisu enye nia ekwa akoto kanation bucha room o sa nia ekotutwa kanation de abromo obe mo musika no omo akesa nkoto no me ko e de akosku mu no mu kotwa no maye aponchi kaka soup no maye den omanum afi de obeji ade na afi de osu say nan hons no esusu dodo nti Ghana fo bebo leader ben no na sa de say mi metimi o Magjari e de ka mo fa Ghana mame I say I use my friend Magjari, my friend Father Dixie, my friend
a woman a leader be bear con.
Oh, Magjari. Time now ye did the same found now catch say yana as a baby jam. When no catch them some man honeymoon from the day one. Moka say diagro. Honeymoon no per se or the all and one or quality. They see at the committee. I say no now me the Magjari. I say no now me the producer. I say now me the way. Say na be ya no dirty baby oba akoda say wa ma 3 days and now 1 month say koyena fa report the brand nti 1 month no na say president wakoda sa o man no person or running no enu hu committees na no form bebre say the committee for na nti o ma 6 months mo dem ko na mo fa report the brand report ma ya wada o ko boni punkra o so wada adwuma no o de ma ebinu mo ko yemra Magjari see obeji o man na ohwe se na ne anema ekono first thing wo a wo ka kire se first necessary kra wo nkoto abama no ba umi obiedi wo ka kire se Ghana for youth mo nkoto abama mi na me ba me ya oman ni ye na do dan kwakufo ado na wo se onye ni ye no sa akrofo no nya wa fa mo adwuma wo na na ye ti omoka ebinum from August kra was am latest omko ebinum 3 years ago kra was am latest omko Magjari, eti say honesty na me na can say papa ni honest no. Na honest no eno e wo hi. Honest ni integrity ni no image no eno e wo hi. Ye kan president dey abono to say jusobo akoko. Honest pa. Nanga when obi atimi o kan say ma the next week no the next month nya Hansen. Na obi aka jense you obi edi. Osimuntu abama me na me ba me yi obi edi ma me fa NDC fo no bia de account na Magjari obaya afede amanfo Joma ama baako termination bebre na afede amanfo su hwe youth na nsan baako bi yesi ko se okonu medu akunu ho abranti a wako ye juma young man a wako ye juma 22 years a wako ye degree a wako ye juma ko engineer a itwaneka 6,000 a month na wa jisika befu abranti onim say me afi na oba be din ma me show because mageri me swale nyina no me adam akuma so say me nya bibia me hwe ma me yi na abranti e jipe no akom ma mi o de ne ma mi o de ne no dikoto ma mi aka me ko school aka obo me hunu sika no ene ma Jimmy first pay ma yi ni opewum akọ boni ma me life kakra na ma me feeling it say yes me babe ma wa Jimmy first pay or the abra me say me mbọ mpa aguso ma no na me brese no na me yi bi film ma me ni yi sika wi a the next month no jo mama say akwala no we yi dedi na sa akwala no ka oya hannes aka sa akwala no sa na obetreat no inti economy in India afa na oba be say no momo sa manfo ba be kofi bebre kwadada bebre so ko inti Mageri o hwe ya current president India nyama oye ni nyancha say Ghana de he see say one boy nyum debi na wo be hu sa o kai sa nyum no ka we no nu oba na ko hemgbe ha oh sa enyum no sa enyum no na ye fense Ghana for afedie eno na ye beto yakan awie an wo ke wonu de na kan gbon wo mmam de nje na wo je wo na ga o mmam shabo onyofo mmam shabo onyofo na ka afie wo gbe bi ene sana John Dramani Mahama ene na ban e de ye inflation ebufa left na eko uncontrollable no na say wasan yiwedi into wa kasa no inflation real yasan yiwedi adwuma you can see we a triple slap na we munya chi no papai obai na san ya me de say na mo kasa busen bona enye no Mageri me bai me nim say kan busen de mo bobio na me nko ti
some say reckless borrowing momo
Mageri
and almost about say
Mageri it about me say dey reckless and your mom dey have rubber borrowing Mageri and there omo dey ni dey be kan say omu ba na san hwe bubuja na wo de na mo say sika na wo ga na nkra na omo so sa ni nyina o itebe do time me Mageri o person loan kwa onya bi sa ban akọ sa ni nyina eja banks na do time na mo ba o loan ha kra bra e be twa ma ni ya mo foforo e de apiso no o loan every year bi out me ko ji top up no ko he say obenya top up bi ma John Dramani Mahama akọ sika ni nyina fi banks nyina John Dramani Mahama wa ko banks na akọ sika ni nyina it is a loan ni nyina e ba be ko
okay bank be no go
ana Mageri say domestic borrowing na now or banks sika na ono den o sisa no or boss free banks no it your boss free banks no o banks na aban e boss wa ne ho aban no friends risk level no very low no sa bank no on fa sika be ma individual na say massa anya me massa na wadwuma say a obaka say banks no madwuma say me nkan say me ntia ba madwuma na say ntimunya botre me nya matwa bia ma abank na disika bebro do mama o kunye no oba be kunye afa na ahunche no ebeba mo because unya lo ni bia e na Mageri oba ko top rock e na Messi ni bia yeden anya sika ni bi e de ayeden e de akohwe ni yire ni ma e na Penta bi nya sika ni bi e de akohwe ni yire ni ma e na friends omo ye POP no enya sika ni bi e kwa akohwe ni yire e na electrician bia oba be wire ma no wanya sika ni bi e kwa akohwe na ne twa to kura say ye nuanu ma omo ye friends biogas toilet owie bibia Mageri owie bibia na what mean nye manhole kese ne bia ye nyo mom ye biogas toilet no mo so ma ba ji kakra no ma ye bia mo na te se wo so wakotram na ho ato saa ne ma ni nyina Mageri John Dramani Mahama ye no poso when aban start say jiji busia wo banks na Mageri individual nya loan bi ede oye juma na uji loan bi unya ji loan ye dia asemato John Dramani akọji sika ni nya dada etu unya be kra wako who dia
akọ top rock no we say wakọ sika
yeah
wakọ sika ne ye dia free
me see Mageri say oji busia ni wia say wo individual no wo no ahina obedi okoji 100,000 200,000 50,000 na wo dia akọ ugo pe half asase bi kakra bi naja wakonye bibi kakra but se aban na akɔgye no no ɔgye no befu o tua interest nso a ɛyɛ befu ebe de na bank na anya interest wo mu na waka se o ma loan see president Kufuor time no Mark Jerry uye juma wow na say o amanfo bi jangate esi bank bi aba asi beji loan by force ni ye tata o
previous government
friend say president Kufuor koye NDC buy na sade no stop here because NDC are buying there on be jilu scan bumsia ni nyina of banks no omo koye na do dankwa Kufuor do buy ade ya saba a banks yi odi loan kakra ye sanse beji top up afi de omo sade abefa obium it ye John Dramani Mahama a president here me see ahunche odi bread there educhem na owie no amagero wa block banks no say my loan we akodi scan nya wi ene oti afọ omo enuanu mu youth no mo afforestation no oti say wa ma letter si yen yomudi omo nua dua ni sanema oti
me hu say
letters bi wa letter no nanka o nyesa oba be kunye oba be wia ye lu kunya nka obeye we o pa mo ebi no afilete adwuma mu dada omo wom 3-4 years 5 years ago nso o san pa mo afi ho nso it youth no there omo ngo ye den Magere omo ngo ye den Magere so mi be try na mi ka kire o se aban yi ka kire se yenko boa eboa no ni e papa ni e trankwan ho ni e nton na eno ni business o ma youth na o se mi boa o se debi Magere enye no na egel se youth no ngo ye den enye ebo na even say Rashid people can say youth no yenko bobo no na ye do ba bia ya fa ba ko ye bobo no na ya trankwan ho na ya papa na ya ton no enye sa business na e ba so yi say you free afforestation na you free GRA na you free Gapoa na you free we na you free ha Magere adwuma be no wa ebo na Magere ebo na omusi yenko papa na ye ton no say ebo business na obeye ite Magere abanya abai there media me say minimo and nothing na me I don't believe in man try makwe I don't believe in it enti se nipa na ba na testing for 4 years from 2012 to 2016 na nipa ya ma ya de akofa ahokyerem say ne obaya say makwaba enti mumma me kwan na me before Magere when you are a spent force you are a spent force yanjintum ni who said when somebody is a spent force ahwadi bie ni ndefo from bie ni bebia bebia enti yeah President John Dramani Mahama me from the one I know say ahunche there afi na beba mo it mean the masuase na ya medi gari masuase na ya medi nyama bia ni bonye din masuase na be ya medidi kakra me didi bebre Magere ma prepare me hu me ti say abo akoko osi osuase na obegira ni nai ba akoso na sem tuna ni ho ankyere no to me nim say John Dramani Mahama win about one pen na me dem starting me fasting kakra sisi ya me manage me hu me didi ba ko a na me de akoda
but then say we pessimistic no because I would you adwon bone
no Magere
yes
nipa no ye nim ni dada na oba oni na tra olim say me yire dia odunwa dani da bia ni duane be ready na 8 pm na onfa adwen na oba na so wajao na okoba bioma Magere one fa ho adwen a obema diabetes ekun go did late to yefo be kwache na diabetes abem na pressure abem wekun enti Magere John Dramani Mahama win about one pen na me ma fa ma ho adwen say me plan me ho boko me pay me ho asem because me nim say we no sabi bibi papa bia den enima ebeba enti Magere yeah President John Dramani Mahama there president bia me de minim say omwa Ghana for na say na menu you can say na dan na ban this car here Mr. Oba say no say your friend say Teshi road now of fast no hu nema ekoso wo o fa Teshi road so na oba ye na do second no so fa of biche bi lamte run about and I ko hwe ni ma me wo friend say Zongo Johnsha o fa Teshi fa of biche bi lamte run about ego hu interchange papa na do dankwa Kufuor do dey jai Magere me say about 5 now fa obichebi lamte run about that keke that traffic now obejrem na fe dey drivers div na bubuashi bia drivers are creative road because of traffic inti and then another dankwa Kufuor do we use our problem no say oba wo fie no odi agra wakuma ntu sɛ ɔbɛkɔkɔ ehu ama yɛ sɛbi car bi ayɛ dɛ abɔ because Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo saa cars na ɔmo fight to kuro no mu ɔbobas lugus bi Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo eyi saa problem na yɛ dɛ efi hɔ ɛde ama yɛ na aban a yɛka kyerɛ sɛ me nua yi ka sɛ ɔyɛ honest no aban a ɔka kyerɛ sɛ yi levy ɔbɛyi efi hɔ magye wayi a ɛnɛ yɛ 4th March magye ɛkɔ ma levy
na levy saa na eyi no
oh no magye oh Margery
budget na beba
Margery
budget na beba
Margery
say yes and
Margery
yes
that my promise now ka just there o we ni awi a yentwe now your budget we a ansa no bayi sa na o ka kire Margery sa na o ka kire Margery betting tax ni sa na nyina sa na o ka kire so ka just oba ya o ye fio the youth no expect they say oba bubu a sha beton na youth ni ehun an mo bi say levy no ekwa na betting tax no ekwa na youth no say because san no ka kire o enti enne na fe de President John Dramani Mahama ni watching no hu nia ohun kotoko a odi kotobeguma na fe de osu say Ghana for embe boano afe de osi obi amfa na adwenmra san ye mbu man enti Magdalene emre na ewo mu no de Ghana for enim say former President John Dramani Mahama de ade no suro no suro odi anu dedede abeji no jiwie ye na fe na osu se ade no na esududu na neti sundudu enti Ghana for ehunu mobo na Ghana for emra na nka aban a obi etimi man 25% de aban papa aban a otima de nka badisa o de nam 35% 40% na Ghana for ehun se ampa ejuma ra na ba but obi ama 25 over man 10 o fire chi friend say John de sa ebe na mobo no o ye crocodile de John crocodile de John
then they are near cancer
o ti ase na be dey wa be here crocodile de John dia let's just say onye president a say Ghana for enji utum and I say Ghana for entrust and I say Ghana for di hold and then ensure mu because oni ye kire say o man na obu no Ghana for eden ehun se nya de obebo am anaka obi ma ye Benz ambulance na oba na ma ya bobo ya Margery we su ye president a o si ye see o integrity ye see o ye honest nti ye nso so ye see oba ba ye bibi papa ma ye Margery sebi mi see o obi ama ye Benz ye nya ye nim nema ewu ma etimi sa yare afede obi ba ya bobo ya na o de ma ye we nyina ebe de na economy na ye de akonenim because odi ekod titibim nema ye titi na amma ye na ya pa hu no odi ma se ma the earlier on makoto even say saka na watochene on watochene titi car bi na chi no body na different from the front no so kai saka no and no di be ato force ni koto buy as ambulance no
na ye ne ho akoma kokota
atochene watochene ya nye yi na do ma Dankwa Akufo-Addo
adia sema kokot bibia ensi
na you referring bibia ensi enye omo na omo ye den omo issues ni enye omo na omo discontinue enye omo events attorney general ba na fe de why no hu carrying pastor anaje den ana mo fence carrying manager so si na do ye carrying agent ono ye carrying manager o clear bibia enti Margery aban de Ghana for nim say economy na or ye dede no o kwat 16 now ja 3.2 na ye economy ja 6.2 o sun say ya mod o sun say o mo mo ye mo mo no o sun it tells you say me can say the level anana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo ehiamfo danfo e di Ghana akodu no o ba na o feel say agro wani begu ase and Ghana for the bo bebreme say the level anana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo offer youth we adwumem nurses, teachers, mom, free teachers, kwalako school no. Still economy that's so general so light that's so just so. Minim say President John Dramani Mahama begun enima say. And nothing that last me can say ogun enima say no. O pese party no so obegun no. Ye nyina enim. Education sector no. Odi how na do so agogo no. Obegun enima say. So no anim say ono so one presidential ambition. Do the that to on man fans na so the be ye juma no to say edutum ka kire no World Bank report kwa ka kire say Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo the only president that Ghana wetimi aye 19% of in budget education mo So it means so unni president papa obetumi abɔ obetumi mount release funds mount sana when in begwase enti President John Dramani Mahama de enu gwase de afa na be kan mo we de common design na titifo no concert for ni bafra ye wo no ma be prapra kon na sana ye sana ye President John Dramani Mahama e de ye and Ghana for youth no se sia no obi ade ne nsa ato ni se ye se miani na sema papa yi ka kire ye no enu na oye ye ana se oyi amanfo edi no na forestation for so ba be kofie na across the nation youth ni nyina eba be kofie. Look at the national security threat papa yi create maye nipa ono ka kire se Ghana for youth no eni adwuma ye enti oba be mawo adwuma no 24-hour economy me can say by this and crack ye per man for be adwuma Ghana ha o ka by this year the application call your friends in Nigeria say Nigeria e mo na mo doso enti mo ma nipa omo mba be adwuma Ghana ha because adwuma na ebu 24-hour economy 24-hour economy no I mean too when was the last time what is say omo can be mean this omo can be o magda oti is omo can be oh magda we sure because me TV a chew so
State of the Nation's address and so oboso
oh na say oboso he no anu no ewu magda by this time there's a clear cut policy and a plan be a be hu say adwuma no ye bie but kakra na do dankwa kufa do create ye no kra no o sake omo so it tells you say we she ni kutreyem na Ghana for kra me see obi bi say obecha ontuma e ati ni din so obi say obecha ontuma e ati ni din na nipa ya ni time ya ma enya youth unemployment association na sa nipa na ba say na di obetimi create jobs obetimi build economy no na ma trust no na ma to abama na me say we no ya ton color TV e da koto black and white afena na no be pre na o he TV na o hu say o ti say akwala sabi ni papa ni TV wa kwagina obi dan echi TV color no hu no yiye pictures na wo nso hu no yiye na obetin say voice na e kasa say John Mahama e kasa ozo economy no ana say oman no de e bonkon en me nyan me sre no e a on fatema motorway na onko hetema interchange no say na IFFF no hetema motorway na ye biem no onko he no na I know say of apokwase no I know say ejuma kesia na do dankwa kufado ayema oman ena onim Kumasi airport nso say na ka say sika na eji ye no o ka say ye anya hwe no Kumasi Prempeh airport nso me sure say otidin no ena otinima na do dankwa kufado aye na o ka say agenda 111 ebi mpo nye adwuma na agenda 111 nkwata de na ye bie so me ande na ye adwuma no o se ontie na ono nim say nipa na omo be adwuma no nso wapa mo enti hospitals ni so a nipa na be adwuma
mo but say health they were not affected.
No, but I'm saying say na magari adwuma no say edoso a na obi abenya be den aye na adwuma na ewo ho no kra no wo pamo bi so be da so go adwuma health center enti magari we dey wagadri aban friends pesakuminya aban na friends and families affair we put the person another there na muka no
we so friends and family hey na crowd there na man no go friends and families and let
families and friends or the friends and families o ne nyina they say there person another there no crowd na muka no it Ghana for we there mo hu say nipa na obeka che say mu to abama no na mo ma no ompa mo na fere wa pa mo obi aso
all right when I say
aziko fie kowu sakin letter there kofie kowu
okay I need 100.9 me kwete for na me pick my final comment friends me ba na my final comment why
very well
ma me ko etie for no so ma be kabi 0302257902 0302257902 0302243540 0302243540 Rana so menye wadwen kire we say Jerry, please ask the MPP man another first year he gave 4% on the basic pay and JDM first year 10%. Which one is better?
Yakuyenim.
Yakuyenim.
Oh, can't 2017. Yeah, can 2023. It's 2024. The Yakuyenim. I don't see Yakuyenim.
Mame kwa amane so na menye wadwe nkyere on Torchlight. Majo.
Majore. Na umpom tise.
Maza, yetio. Nyamrado.
What's you maybe sawa kumsin or tio life and crisis here. Ndia na obeka nkyere no.
Dia meka nkyere no wo na meka nkyere.
Na dem sister penyini.
So ono anim se mafe no.
Yo ene no. Magari. Madam Bobakobi, your friend Nana Kesi, and you do on a friend of Kobi, or call MP. I do on my Ababo Bronuni, a branch of Bagmama MP Pa, Kobi, Nana Kesi, Babi or Bian Kuponsel. Magari, Missy Emilia Debia, me, as some American say. President John Dramani Mahama, ni complain no ya dosu. Nekasa no ya do si jena jima no awasi oba ba enu wo kan je se nanado ni tumodi wo ma kom die majari wo pakini ka want me to fuel odamia pakini ka want me to fuel enti sesia no agana kwa nyina to abama wanya parliamentarians more than we are seeing na menhu ba bia kura mendi memba ya comparison when you want to we can't Ghanaians here. When you idea with the parliamentarians because almost do so abunso. Na se ya Kasaben na Usaka 2016 would na dum so wa for one sana ko. Wana bi sasa asem no. Da kunu no ayaton 7 series no ayeti so manamba 2 series. Poa no ayaton bebrebe no tiso dollar no akwaduru be 17 series no. Na akata mbra 1 cedi $1. Adia ye Ghana for expect who your mama on no. Now who yes complain bebra.
Okay, me dan say. Yanko next caller. Beba cho me mwajo.
Bagare me jusu agani mo ni.
Yeah, tio.
Momojuma enen anmiri. Mabwa juma papa. Ntia wona bo afanyo Martin. Juma pa obo my parliament wonene na fam fo no. Na mtwe ke general secretary so. Se Japan se mo na nsa bo no na. And don't remember Maria. Magari. In fact, I'm telling you, baby, one say I know I did Bobosiano, and young one you did here. I will be told you say in super term for a medic kind. Ye kai and I'm one tea. What do you say? Mama, and did you want another? But your power. Say, I near my dear you. What do you say? Who condemn, sir, cathedral in your cry. Yesikani wa manu ya wote na yesi katira ya wozo ba ya wozo kwa ye eje saji ma wonte na ya to abama na eje no tiri ya to abama no nti wa ba ensem o ka kira yen say yi lewi obeyi afiri wo bet obeyi afiri wo that is obeyi ni nyina afiri wo no ye hwese on the 11th March ni nyina abefiri wo wo yi firi wo so mo mfa bia be ka ho because that na ebu ekom anything will buy, and the other name said, or Baba to Yamayi, and they said, Okura Nam Ton Fajri, and I'm a quiet, Yapon Fajri experience, so one I would get to the crown me.
Medan say, bye bye. Okay, Mammy for next one, Beba to my joy.
Good evening.
Yet you.
Your family prince, Mikasa Princess. Nipan MPP, no, Okasano. Ye na ye sua dio and say mobile radios na mobile politics or say mama bibia ye clear when you say o mampeni every budget answer na the bibia out for say mahama say oba na wa be yi levy to a when you say oba be the budget answer na wa yes I am we na what was say one can or manifesto me say oba be ready budget and say you know o say papa no ye dey Ena sa ambulance ase wo kan egufo de di kaswa na ehu so mo de cement mo de blocks enso ya ntehwe dia o mawe o se ye hwe ni yo youth na yo mo no sa mo amwa empenifo no mo amwa ya ahia wo be kona o how kese aweto ye so sinistro so mo ye politics a ye na ye sua de e radio no so sinistro Mama bibi anya clear anya propaganda send your money ebe yi nti na yi na ye bre.
Okay, me dan say mama fa next one ba so majo.
Yeah,
yeah.
saying, yo, my dear, one people now the bed, the concert in Kwan we train. Concert in Kwan. Oh, I'm on Casa Vobica, no, as all the Mahama who rough opinion, maybe, and they say, and Tasumu. And a better touch a pa. On Casa Vobica, now concert in Dosso. Next no. Now Nancy, Mahama Bay. So, no, you. No, I started and Tassum. So, on Casa of a Binay, so you have to Mabacacra. And I was it.
Yo, me fan last one. Me ban Chomajo.
Yeah, me am Gary.
Yes, man, it's you.
A friend of me cook, make a free mine. You only have a minister money, my palm where the wall mine. Yen de sevi ye papa or say obetimi ene de amano na oye eja die unyi bi na wo no bi no oba e wo so bi bi ejuma ama yen nrantie na yen bi aye na wo ba ye nipa wo se yi wo magi sebi eja eyesa eja yesa jansi yen ekoto aba wo ni mo to aba ma wo ana si send your person rantie ye duma ne rantie nye sikare sho omo ma me no omo ma no uba ene we so be shimu kena esan say Ghana ye bre papa rantie ye brew ene ne me ma mi bi nkomo o kanta me ka dem say Ghana wo oba be ma e se so bom pa ye ma ne papa ne Ghana me ma ye mo bo kan say sikakura wo de baba ko ma wo fie no Ghana unya warea oyiri ni so wetimi aka ni na obefa no ti bia go so nti ye papa de oyi e de ahoto beba ye ni ye na erade na emum ye fre no ma wonyi ni ni hu se wo father of all mark oni nyame nya adwuma
Medan so bibia ofre bia meda wase aha de dey say Torchlight Francis. Yes, well, final comments now.
Yeah, now me bra penny no kasano. Say no, abedi say your listeners no, and your viewers no, they are very discerning. No can say yabe nkofedi. Dabi, those are people ya for more. It was really anfa kwamba paso into your maleta.
And also we can say accurate. There a woman say woman say Efa Kwan Papa son they will be restored. But we need a mass suspension of an appointment. Mass suspension of an appointment.
As we speak, we are confronted with share NSS scandal. Now over
NSS scandal. No, why you finding culpable?
Oh no, see, those are some of the obvious issues. Obieni. Say you see youth ya form mo ye yomedi. The state of the nation is say over 80,000 ghost names. A year no 50 million. Every month no 50 million and on my no ebo. What you must say? And those are some of the things your company or put a stop to those things. We promise Ghanaians aura. Now aura no share those are some of the issues Ghanaians almost share so etu abama ye company. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And you know, in fact, obianim near air cost no there. The first budget no will bring to bear nearma company no or no. So
after the first already budget, President in the more indicated say further details especially F is a to no at force and the Weber. Honorable Dr. At force.
Yes, the Weber. You know.
Okay.
Enti say national service issue or what? Anyone and another Dakwakufado chairman for car, wafa man for Juma on Tomoka. Enti say unsolved the size near. Let's say Obiako Kotrafi. Now Mageri all Casano, Oma afforestation funds na this year last year penny farmer. It be a 5 years, 6 years ago. Amuna also Omukofi. Enti sa seminar all Canada Ghana phone him say and yet an Ukraine now there all Cano. John Dramani Mahama, ye president oni asem pepe bia de ma youth for and media anytime I catch say Rashid Pepper catch a Ghana for way back say ebo adwuma e no be pese youth no be ye enti youth no de Ghana for youth mu nye ready say ebo na mo pese mu ton mo kwa kosisa na ma pae na ma ton enti Magjerry we enye ade foforo bia Ghana for enti da ya catch dada me say na obi ka say agrobeso afia no pa na sana net nipa no nem adwuma omodem obetimi di ama youth no omaka kire dada and na ye fi say omu di agro but ampanso omonya opportunity no adwuma na nado dan kwakofo ado ne ma youth no mpo no ye gie from sem enti sa obre ana say a friend say how na NDC aban e de youth ni fm no Ghana for e da omo ase say ye to abama omo wie ye no afede say ye san be koya no de omo den make sure say Ghana for youth ndidi Ghana for youth ebe fasting the Magjerry Ghana for nim say oni omo ni bibi papa bia e de ama youth no Magjerry madam for bi e di ni birthday Magjerry ochita e ye ni birthday Emmanuel Hagan Jr. Not formally no ye HR deputy HR director HR manager e wo Promasidor Ghana Limited but and then HR manager ewo Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations. Yes, on a HR manager. Emmanuel Hagan, Nyami Onshraw, no you say, or your brother, Magjerry in the last morning, Cranach and Boto Namu debate dinner stand on Fano. The Magjerry, and you made the Nyami and your Hagan, okay, say. Now, on connect Nimsa, I mean, he's very intelligent, very humble, so Hagan, Nyami and Shawpa. Okay. Happy birthday.
And now, when I become why you're Francis Doche or you're a member of the NDC communication team? Over Francis, constituency, eh?
Yeah.
Crow.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And William Samwo, Onono Okai Kwe South constituency, member of the NPP communication team. Ayawa day, a year and former MP, Honorable Ahmed Atta. Yawade auto party the dipono the amount the party 43 wa kan kwei south 80
emre power
okay me dey the Magjerry OSEI AGYEMAN Francis Okokroko and Bobo Michido Mike champion me da say DJ Bosco take over Kwesi Aboaji immediate boss the supervisor Dr. Farah Dexena Onone executive producer, fully supported by my general manager, Kennedy Asantio say Torchlight. Yedi see. Enya me po chena nopa. Binu be shia. Ewo eye Ghana muntie so. We need 100 points. Yamiko bibia. DJ Bosco. Take over.